Some stories are meant to be forgotten, but others refuse to fade. These are true accounts of terror, unexplained, unsettling, and all too real. Turn down the lights, put on your headphones, and prepare yourself for 3 disturbing, true, scary stories. I used to live alone in a small apartment, nothing fancy, just a cheap 1-bedroom unit in a quiet part of town. It was on the top floor with only one other tenant on the same level, an older woman who rarely left her place. One night I woke up to the sound of my front doorknob rattling. It wasn't violent, just slow, almost testing. My heart started pounding. I lived alone. No one should be at my door. I grabbed my phone and crept toward the peephole. The hallway light outside was dim, but I could see something. A figure, tall, unmoving. "Who's there?" I called out. Silence. Then a voice, low, dry. "Wrong apartment." I didn't respond. I just stood there, listening. And then I heard it. The unmistakable sound of nails dragging down my door. Slow, deliberate. I backed away, gripping my phone, debating whether to call the cops. But after a few minutes, silence. The next morning, I asked my neighbor if she had seen or heard anything. She just stared at me with wide eyes and said, "You too?" Turns out she had seen someone peeking through her keyhole the night before. But when she looked, she didn't see an eye. She saw a wide, toothy grin. That was the last night I slept in that apartment. I lost my sister, Amy, 5 years ago. A drunk driver ran a red light and hit her car. She died instantly. It destroyed me. She was my best friend. But what haunted me the most? A voicemail she left me the night she died. She had called me just minutes before the crash. I didn't answer because I was asleep. The message was 20 seconds of silence, then a strange, staticky whisper. I couldn't make out what it was saying, but it sounded wrong, like it wasn't her voice at all. I listened to that message every night, trying to understand. Eventually, I had a friend who worked in audio editing enhance it. What we heard made my blood run cold. Underneath the static, a voice, distorted but clear. It wasn't my sister. It wasn't even human. It whispered, "Don't let it take me." I threw my phone across the room. I refused to listen again. But to this day, I can't help but wonder, what if she saw something in those final moments? And what if it wasn't the crash that took her? I was dog-sitting for my friend while she was out of town. Her apartment was cozy, but something about it made me uneasy. The place was full of mirrors, big, old ones covering nearly every wall. The first night was fine. The second, not so much. Around 2 a.m., I woke up feeling off. You know that sensation when someone's watching you? My skin crawled. I turned toward the mirror across from the bed and froze. My reflection was smiling. I wasn't. I sat up fast, heart pounding. The smile disappeared instantly, like it had never been there. I told myself it was a trick of my sleepy brain and turned over, forcing my eyes shut. But then I heard a tap, a single deliberate tap on the mirror. I left that night, locked the door, and never looked back. When my friend returned, I casually mentioned that her mirrors freaked me out. She hesitated before saying, "Oh, yeah." The last tenant said the same thing. She never explained further, and I never asked. But sometimes when I look into a mirror too long, I swear I see something watching me back. Some things defy explanation. Some stories haunt us long after they end. The question is, do you believe? If you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Until next time, stay in the light.